What's good, y'all? Welcome to another preview edition of That Sports Dude. As always, I'm your host, Chris Dunlap. Joining me, as always, for these b-ball previews are Unison Brand owner KP and my good man, CEO of the Houzmazoo network, Alfonzo Duckett. What's up with y'all, man?
What's up?
How y'all feel?
Good, man.
Y'all straight?
Yeah. Yep.
Man, we back at it again.
Once again.
Yeah, you have to. So, I know y'all are excited for this, as I know y'all is too, right? So right here, right now, I want y'all to smash that like button, and if you haven't, I invite you right now to subscribe right here to TSDN. And then, of course, make sure you hit the bell for updates throughout this basketball season, football season, and just DCIAA sports all together. Now that you subscribe, here's the rundown of what the show is gonna look like. We're gonna give you an in-depth preview of the girls' basketball season. Then we're gonna give you an in-depth preview of the boys' basketball season. And then, of course, it's the moment that you all love and have been waiting for. Houzmazoo and I are gonna present our highly anticipated DCIAA b-ball predictions. Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to go? Let's get it. So like I said, we're gonna start with girls basketball. And the question, guys, as it was last year, but now this year is gonna be a bit different. Instead of a two-peat, are we gonna see a Crimson Tide girls b-ball repeat?
Roll Tide, man.
Roll Tide.
I told you last Roll Tide, man.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on the girls, man. They tough. That's all I mean, they put in the work. I mean, I saw on your page, they took their whooping early, you know, when they played Anna a couple years ago in the championship game. To me, that mean you paid your strike. You took that L.
Dudes, yep.
Now it's time to cash in.
Mm-hmm. They most definitely could three-peat, though. They could three-peat.
No doubt. And they return about 80%. And that's another thing I love about Dunbar. They're so good. They're so young.
Mm-hmm.
They return about 80% of last year's undefeated in league play team, including 3 starters. And of course, when we're talking about Dunbar, the number one thing that we have to talk about is this killer backcourt of MVP nominee last year, Zaire Harrison, and all-leaguer Cameron Wilkes. Now, KP.
Let me say one thing.
Sure.
Word on the street is they say Zaire Harrison transferred. That's what I got. That's what I got. That's what I got.
I done heard some.
That's what I got. So I don't know how true it is, but my source, I believe, is a good source.
Wow.
And they stamping it. I think she transferred, bro.
Wow, that is breaking news courtesy of the Houzmazoo network. See, I told y'all that's why he the number one source in basketball.
But they still got Cameron Wilkes. Go ahead, do your thing,
Baby
KP.
J too.
Yeah.
Baby J's come off the bench. It was zoom, zoom, zoom.
Now,
she's speedy. I mean, I'm not gonna say, like, of course, you know, Zaire, she is a great player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that team, you know, they were more of a team. They can do it in so many different ways. It was like, you know, if somebody having a bad night, second option, who's gonna turn to the first?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Baby J could fill that role in, though. Jayla Hunter, I think she could. But losing Zaire is a big loss, though.
Now, question, because we're not going to go past that breaking news like it didn't just happen. With Zaire potentially transferring, can Baby J instantly step in and be what that team needs to get this three-peat?
Yes.
How so?
Yes, Baby J can come in.
What is it about her?
If she just come in and do what they tell her to do and lead her team and play her game with just like the energy, defense, check the best player, contribute, but lead her team because she a point guard. Dunbar could do that. They could run. They running. Like he said, they running. They running. They got Cameron Wilkes who gonna run the floor. Big female big ticket Khalid Bryant.
Yep.
She's still there. And then they got low key if somebody like really work with her, Kamari Campbell, she a junior. She really got D1 potential to me though. Yeah. If somebody really,
I mean, she's gotten better over the course of the season.
She's a rim protector.
When I would go over there for business for, you know, maybe football, whatever I'm going. I'm saying her, she's getting extra work in. So I'm like, you know, she putting work. So we don't even know over coach. She could have been putting her own work, getting her feet right, getting, you know, legs right. Because
she got plenty
to
of time
me,
to do
going to see, she just kept progressing.
She's 6
tall. She's 6 tall.
So like she's 6 tall. 6 tall. I like that. 6 tall, but like really, like she really got D1 type of potential if someone like really hone her skills. She block everything. She block everything.
Like,
question.
Matter of fact, to tell you this too, this will be the second year they lost one of their best players.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Man, it is what it is.
Don't block a three-peat though.
Question here. because you just mentioned Kalia Bryant, who I think is primed for an absolute huge year. Do you guys think that with the potential loss of Harrison,
She's senior.
Who, Kalia? She might.
will be
Yeah,
coming
she
into
will.
this year.
Yeah.
She will be. Now, and with the improvement of Campbell, does Dunbar, is their strength now in their front court instead of their back court? With Brian and Campbell.
I think now it's just.
It's just more team, just
They
team.
just stacked all the way.
I'm not gonna lie.
Their problem,
Even when you see like the bench come in the game, I'm not gonna say it's the same level of play, but it's not like
nothing. Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying. It's like
it's not a drop off.
It's not like we can't score. Like they've been able to sub here and there. Like remember they was subbing early, getting players time. They was still contributing. I mean, I like to see some of that. You know, because I believe they're a tough team. I'm waiting for that deep state run, which they got to the semifinals last year.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because I most definitely think Dunbar's a DCIAA title contender. But without Zaire Harrison, I don't know if they like a state contender. Until I'm saying otherwise, I don't really know. Zaire Harrison, they a state contender.
But also, you gotta remember too, though, it's a difference this year. They talking about the format in the state
Because of COVID.
Because of COVID. So I don't know.
Plays a big
I don't know how
part.
everything
do.
gonna be,
That
but
do.
I done heard everybody saying different things. So they might take, I done heard they might take the for the state rankings. It might be the top 4, which
And Dunbar get in there.
it might be the top 4 semi. So I'm gonna say possibly St. John's, Dunbar, and the charter school side. Friendship been winning like the last 30 years. So we're just gonna say they're gonna make it. And you know what I'm saying? So you never know who they might hit Friendship again. Remember happened last year.
That's true.
They might get in the jump and got to face an AZ Fudd. That's so good.
Yeah, she a bucket.
Now, let's transition to the team who Dunbar beat last year in the girls basketball championship. Talking about Banneker. Now, Banneker, the big question for Banneker is how will they fare in the post-Allison Jefferson era? Because she was the
face.
She was the face of that team.
When Banneker they stopped
Foundation.
basketball,
She was the foundation
of that
program.
Back, remember they stopped for a couple years. I remember they was just JV.
Yeah.
And then they came back. She really was the face of it. I think I'm be honest with you. I didn't have them going to the championship last year in my eyes, and they shocked me, especially when they seen them play Eastern on the network.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, they tough and they young. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see them and Dunbar going at it for maybe 2 more years.
Yeah.
You think so?
And unless somebody step up and knock them off, I mean, that's the only way. Banner, they don't have no grade issues like that. So
you
know what
gotta
I'm
worry
saying?
about
We
that.
don't have no problems. They could be. It could be a Dunbar Banner. And remember, Banneker moving to Shaw.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
This could really be
Bigger school,
big. They gonna have
more enrollment.
Yeah. This could-
better recruiting area maybe.
This could be something.
And I'll say this, coming off an 11-win league play season that only featured 2 seniors, they should still be a
11
viable
wins?
11-win league play
Yeah.
season.
Wow.
And they only graduated 2 seniors, one being Allison Jefferson. They should still be a very viable playoff team. What do you think, sir?
For sure. That's a tough question you asked that because Allison did do a lot of stuff for them.
Yeah.
Banneker will be a good team. I still think they top 5.
Final four.
What's Goldilocks' name? Ryan Baldwin. Ryan Baldwin. They got Ryan Baldwin. She gonna be a sophomore. Nakia Cobb. She gonna be a sophomore.
I didn't see her play since middle
So like
school.
that duo
She's
right
a
there,
bucket.
that might be the next duo in the DCIAA for the years to come.
Also, you gotta remember though, who did they recruit? You never know. Like coming in from middle school, the deal has been winning the middle school championship for a minute. So who do they bring in? You already have Cobb. So that's a come back, talk to we get her in. But then let's say even remember School Without Walls. You don't know how many kids they have as far as sports. So I can see some of them coming over if that was possible. Depending on what's going on, but.
They bringing back LaDonna Best. She didn't play last year, but she played the year before last, which was on that state championship team, which lost to Eastern. She might be the best rebounder in the DCIAA.
Really?
That's what they saying. She could be the best. I remember her I only seen them play like once or twice that year though, but she didn't play last year, so I don't know. But she a center, power forward, and she grabbed them boards. And don't sleep on Abby Potter. I don't know if she playing again though, but she was like a key role player for them too.
Number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, and I want to go back to Ryan Baldwin, Goldilocks, averaged just under 10 points as a freshman. Do you guys think that, again, in this post-Allison Jefferson era, that she can be...
She up next for them.
That's why
she up next, yeah.
She got the
She can play.
She got the swag.
Yeah, she can play. And she play on that circuit a lot too.
Yeah, I see.
So yeah, and her older sister played like, I think I don't know, her older sister played in the WCAC, so like,
Right.
she could play.
That's work
From
right
the
there.
James.
Yeah.
That's work right there.
From the James.
Yeah. I want to say her older sister D1. I don't know what college, but she could play.
So let's go to a team who a few years back we saw just do what Dunbar's doing now and just pretty much dominate the DCIAA girls basketball scene. Talking about the Anacostia Lady Indians. Now, Anna, consistent as always, another 10-win league play season, DCSAA title winning season. I think this may be the year that the A team may be primed to reclaim their championship. What do you guys think about that?
You want to speak?
I'm going to say, last year, transfer changed their team.
Yeah.
They always get talent.
That's true.
I mean, Jefferson was good, and that's one of their feeders, But talent and more talent, like
They do. They get talent.
Anacostia, the school's changing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Principal Hafe, I know him as Coach Rock.
Yeah.
He changed it. That's a real sports school.
Yeah.
Basketball, we saw with for boys, Coach Wim, it was real competitive. Football made it to the championship game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls might, step up again.
That's true.
I'm not saying it can't happen. Put it that way.
Yeah, they got potential. They got potential. They got potential. They got potential. I feel as though Zoe Hall must be that Cameron Anthony
Yes.
this year.
Yeah.
Yes. And
She got-
especially
she
with
got to go.
Cameron graduating, it's Zoe's team. Now.
Got you. But however, who would be that Zoe Hall? Who would be that
Who would
second
second?
kick
Oh, that's a
for
great-
Anna?
That is a great.
I
How
think-
Zoe Hall was for Cameron? How
That's a
they
great
work?
question.
Who gonna work well with Zoe Hall?
I think in the DCIAA, for any level, I don't think you can have one player go out there
No.
and just dominate.
Nah.
Not when you have a team like Dunbar, who's just loaded from top to bottom. No.
I don't
Another
think-
thing, Anacostia young, y'all. They're young.
Really?
They're young.
Zoe Hall is just going to be a junior.
Junior.
Yep.
They got TT Campbell. She was a freshman last year, big contributor. Valencia Murray-Weather, she might be a junior this year. She was a contributor. Amani Purse, gonna be a sophomore. She a contributor. And I don't know her name, Miss Frederick. She was the game MVP of the state championship game.
Wow. Yeah. I know you're talking
So
about.
she could probably do
yeah,
something.
she was a-
They were
she
supposed
was
to
a
get at the
freshman.
Cameron though.
She was a freshman.
Yeah, she a
she was a
freshman. She was a
Yeah,
freshman.
'cause I remember she was the
so
Jefferson.
3 of them gonna
She
be
was freshman.
sophomores. I think Valencia gonna be the junior. But yeah, she won game MVP. They were supposed to get at the Cameron. I don't see how they don't get at the Cameron, but she balled out though. She had 13 points though, but she might be the one to step up.
She a hustle player too.
Yeah, all 4 of them players I just named like hustle, feisty. They like little pests. So that's Anna. They back on that 94 feet pressure. They like pesty.
Southside game
Make you
is
turn it
crazy.
over. Yeah, but they showed me Anacostia state playoff run last year. They showed me like,
What
all
they
right,
can be in the
what they could be in the future.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think I think Zoe Hall is gonna make leaps and bounds. So I think their go-to play, I think they're set. And I think from what you guys said about the supporting cast, if they are able to really get some really good play from their bench, because we know Dunbar's gonna get that.
Yeah.
If they can, if
Yeah, definitely.
Anacostia can get some good play from their bench, I think they might mess around and be able to meet Dunbar once again in that championship.
Awesome.
Because Zoe Hall's gonna do her thing.
Yeah.
Last year, 10, 4, 3 steals, 60 from the field, 52% from 3. That floored me when I saw that.
She hit some big shots last year in that semifinals against Eastern in the state playoffs.
And one more thing I want to say about Zoe and Anacostia. One, bold prediction. I think Zoe is going to be an MVP nominee this year.
Yes.
And Coach Reddy's going to have him ready.
Yep.
Fact.
We don't have to doubt that.
Zoe Hall, only thing is to separate y'all is gonna be your conditioner. Cause I seen some games, she was still on the floor doing her thing, but she just looked tired. But she gonna have to be in shape. You're gonna have to be in shape, Zoe. You're gonna have to be in shape to really take y'all there. Cause she the main.
She's gonna be it.
She gonna have to be in shape.
Yep. Now let's transition to a team, the 2015-2016 girls b-ball champions, the Wilson Lady Tigers, coming off a very impressive 10-win league play season, which was not really what I expected from them going into that year.
Losing Miss Mamba.
There's still a lot of unanswered questions though coming into this season. Like again. So Zoe, I want to start with you. Are they win now ready, or are they in rebuild mode?
They win now.
Win now?
They win now because they still have a lot of core pieces on that team. They still have a lot of pieces on that team from last year's team. I don't think, did they lose any players from last year's team? I ain't sure. Courtney will be a senior this year. Okay. But like I said last year, Courtney, if Courtney White can control and dominate that paint, Wilson is a problem.
You said that last year.
Who else they got? Elena Houghton. Problem.
Tough.
Yeah. They got players. They got players and Deborah. She was my most improved player last year. She a senior.
And Elena, I think that combo right there is gonna be dangerous.
Dakota Ennis, point guard. You might have to score more, Dakota. But I like how she played the point. She like a pass first point guard, play defense. She could shoot it. She might have to score more though.
Deborah remind me of her brother. He went to Wilson with me when I was there, and he was he played football. He was a hard worker, dirty work type guy, and now he playing college ball. So
and that's the type of team Coach Rich is too. Yeah.
Believe it or not, Wilson may be the deepest team.
Really?
They got deepest like they got Soleil Kennedy.
Other than Dunbar, or even more so than Dunbar.
I mean, like, we named like 4 players on Dunbar that could give you probably like
20 a game.
Like maybe 10, 12. But I could name like 8 players on Wilson that could give you 6 or 8. You feel me? So like that's what I'm trying to say about that. Deep, maybe not talent wise, but like they got a lot of players that can contribute.
That's gonna put some stats up.
Soleil Kennedy, she a sophomore. She should be doing some things. I want to see more out of Joyce Carembo. I want to see more out of her. She been there for a minute. She get a lot of minutes. I want to see more out of her. Don't sleep on Madison. And is it Yasmin? Like, they was getting big minutes last year, and these not even people that the coach mentioned in the preview when we went up there and was talking to them. So, like, they deep, but they all that's how Wilson gonna beat you. It's gonna be a team effort. But they can win.
I agree with you about Dakota, though. I think she needs to handle the pressure a little more, too, as being a point guard. I know her brother went to Dunbar for a minute, too. Well, no, he actually worked out with us a little, but I know him. And they family, they was hard working. So I just
she come from Dill.
Yeah, I think if she handled the pressure a little better, then I think especially in the the semifinal to play Dunbar.
Yeah.
Gets like that the little pressure. When they just walking the ball over the court. Them little things can change the game. If you can't get the ball past half court, or you just look nervous, then it just changes the complexity. If you come down with confidence, set the offense up, what you gonna do, you fine.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think if Wilson can get a viable one, if they have a viable one, don't know who it's gonna be.
Dakota.
If Dakota,
I think she could do it.
That viable one. It's a game changer.
And Deborah a baller. Deborah the workhorse.
Deborah go hard. She really be going hard.
Yeah. Elena all around, she gonna score. Courtney White. If Courtney White can control the paint and dominate it, Wilson have a solid team.
You hear that?
They have a solid team. It's just like the approach may be different.
I mean, last year
when they going up against Dunbar.
But I'm gonna say last year was
they got a solid team.
When you lost like your best player,
it was a big learning.
That's a big, you know what I'm saying? That was okay, let's change how we gonna do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of, I think last year, it was sort of set like what was gonna happen. But like now you got time to think it over.
Right.
Might be all right.
Coach Rich gonna have them ready. She ain't gonna let them back down. For sure. For sure.
Now, Zoe, man, I say this all the time, and I'm gonna go on record one more time and say it. You, my friend, the #1 source for basketball, and it's not a question.
Okay. Appreciate that.
I want to talk more girls basketball. I don't want to just stop with the teams that we talked about. Since you're the #1 source, out of the remaining teams that we haven't talked about, who are some teams that we should expect to make some noise?
Got you. I think Coolidge should make some noise. I don't know much about the team, but the coach, he's a DCIAA champion. He been to championships. He was the first year coach there last year, got them to the playoffs. Right. So I think, Bell's former head coach. So I think Coolidge could make some more strides. Roosevelt, I really don't know too much. They young too though. I think they could make the playoffs.
Matter of fact, I think Rose only had 1 or 2 seniors on the team. Period. I think like 3.
I forgot the little girl name. Is it Chrissy? She I don't know what grade she in, but
she come back.
Yeah. Like and then McKenzie transferred over to Dunbar. So that was a big hit.
Yeah, that was a big hit for them. My most improved team though will be the McKinley Tech girls.
I'm telling you, McKinley is.
They deep too. They another deep team and they young. They the sleepers. They deep and they young.
So give me a.
I'm gonna say for McKinley.
Do you think they can go up there?
Go ahead, KP.
I'm gonna say for McKinley, they're not a team where it's like, hey, make sure it's like one of them. They beat who?
Yeah, they beat who?
Okay.
They did that?
Okay.
They did? Man, you lying. Let me check.
Wow.
Then it's like, all right, what see they? 5.
Mm-hmm.
How they get that? You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like one of them. And then when you get to the playoffs, you know how they said we don't know what's going on, but you gotta get to that be top 4 in my opinion. Right. That's the main thing.
They got some vets who took their bumps and bruises already. I always forget her first name, but it's like Adea Jones, Miss Jones. I call her Miss Jones. She gonna be the leader. She gonna be the senior this year. They also got Miss Allen, number 12. She coming back. She another like veteran leader, but they got some young players. Natasha Doe can play.
Led the league in steals last year for like 4.
Natasha Doe, Khalid James. They got, let me make sure I don't miss nobody. Tanasia Springs, Nakia Sanders, Archer Briscoe. They got a couple of players. And they got 6'2" Lauren Thorpe. She got to get a little bit more aggressive. She's 6'2".
That's a good start.
She got some height on her. Get a little bit more aggressive. They deep too though. Natasha Doe, bruh. Natasha Doe.
In my opinion, McKinley gonna be, they be who? I think that's how it's gonna be.
If you go to McKinley when they come to play you, kind of like I said about Dunbar football last year, and we see what end up happening. Don't sleep on them.
Yeah, don't sleep on
them. You're gonna feel bad. And they're gonna take advantage of it.
I believe, like we said, we don't know how the playoffs and all that's gonna happen. My opinion, just getting the top 4.
Yeah.
And then you working with some.
Because even if they just, regardless of how it is, if you make it the Final 4, it feels good and it's something to build off.
Right.
Got you. Miss Jones, Alicia Allen, Tanasia Springs are the leaders of that team. For Tech. And then you got that young core that's coming up and next. But Natasha Doe, she can go. She can go.
Hey, Natasha,
I'm stamping you. Just don't disappoint me, man. Just don't disappoint me, man. I'm stamping you, Natasha.
We gotta get you another girl with a nickname.
I know, man, but I gotta see something, man.
That's what it is.
I know. I gotta see something.
That's what it is.
Before we get off the girls, though, y'all gotta put some respect on Coach Angela Richardson name from Ballou.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta put some respect on her name. I don't know what they got, but literally, it was some games they had 5 players. Some games they had 6 players. Their best player was a mother, like a new mother at that.
Led the league in scoring.
Led the league in scoring. They went to the championship in the state. Class AA.
Class single
A, my fault. Versus Anacostia. That team went through a lot last year.
Yeah.
Put some respect on her name.
Rose to the occasion.
Rose to the occasion. Got to the championship, they ain't get the job done, but like, it was some games I said they had like 5 players, couldn't even sub. And I don't think she got no assistant coach. And I don't think she don't got no assistant coach. I don't think I really seen people on the bench with them until like maybe state playoffs.
When it get to, can I get a shirt?
Yeah, I don't think she really had don't quote me on that, but I don't think she had an assistant coach. And for her to have like 5, 6 players, and maybe one of the girls was probably their first year playing basketball, she did a good job. Yeah. So I just want to shout her out.
A deep state playoff.
I'm going to say also, don't sleep on HD.
Girls?
HD girls. I'm going to say don't sleep on them.
A historic program.
I'm not saying that this is going to be undefeated.
I don't think it'll ever be like that
I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not going to say the Nike Elite is back. But I think, it's making strides. I'm going to say since 2017 when they was going out there, forfeit games. Yeah. I remember they played McKinley and they didn't even score.
That don't even sound real. I remember they was playing teams and the teams didn't
Sure,
score.
right.
You know,
That's crazy.
But I tell, especially in football, I tell the kids all the time. In DC, the tide changes.
It
you
does.
know, we just seen dynasties, and you like who?
Right.
Like
Who?
You could tell a 12-year-old now.
Middle of the pack, Wilson boys.
Right.
Now they
You can
up
tell,
top.
Yeah,
matter of
They
fact,
up
you can
top.
tell- You can tell somebody Cardozo was the school.
Yeah, Cardozo,
and they-
4P.
told me that.
And they
I
would
was
look at you like,
who?
What are you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
lost in the championship Cardozo in my 10th grade year basketball. I don't have a jacket because of Cardozo. Yeah, straight up.
See, so I think HD girls, they are, you know, if it's the regular playoff format this year, like, you know, 1 through 8, I believe they can. I think they can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
I seen 2 girls on HD teams with potential. Sad to say, E-ball girls done, right? They done. Sad to say,
Because I was so
Are
big
they
on them
I
last
was big
year.
on them too. This whole journey
I mean,
that
they lost
Janiyah Williams,
I thought that was
Shapria
the best
Brady.
front court in the league
Yeah.
last year. And
They-
it was.
To me, they was missing one person, and it was crazy. I thought this was gonna happen.
Mackenzie
was.
West, yeah.
She was
supposed
so-
to go there. She was supposed
She
to go
was
there.
that, you know, so close friend. I thought they
She was supposed to go
that
there.
was gonna happen.
Imagine. Nah, we ain't even go there. 'Cause that'd have been a whole nother.
Exactly.
That's
That's
a
a
whole
different
nother
team.
conversation. But after Miss Versatile and Jay Priya graduated,
I mean, you just gotta
I don't-
appreciate what you had at the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and hopefully
I don't
build off
see
They
that.
got a state championship out of it.
right?
So y'all got history. You can't
And
be mad.
MVP out of it, so
Yeah.
can't be mad. Can't be mad.
I'm gonna say you just gotta recruit off that. Like that's
Yeah.
to me, that's the biggest.
You build off that.
right.
In my opinion, if,
And
you
that's
not,
a lot to
if
recruit
you
off
ain't
of.
going
That's
to
a
these rec games and these middle school games, AAU, that's in the city, you just don't want to win. That's how I'm looking. If you one of them coaches with, you know, they come as they come, you know, I might want your job. You know what I'm saying?
If it was some players to make some noise, I want to say her name Sierra. She was just like a defensive pest last year. Like check the best player, Sierra.
Yeah.
And there's another girl. I don't know her name, but it'll be them two if they are making noise.
Right, for sure. Oh, for sure. Well, there y'all have it. There's your in-depth girls basketball preview. But you know we're not done, right? After this break, we're gonna delve into boys basketball. So keep it locked because that sports dude will be right back after this.
Let the world know whose playbook you follow with TSDN's God is My Head Coach collection. Psalms 32 and 8 with the hoodie, the tee, the phone case, or the face mask. Available November 1st at teespring.com/God is My Head Coach collection. Get yours and show them whose team you play for.
You want some new swag, you want to look sweet, you need some new gear, check out my new brand, Unison Sports Apparel. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at big__KP, or you can follow our Instagram page for my business, Unison the Brand.
All right, welcome back, y'all. I'm still here with my good men, KP and Houzmazoo. How y'all feeling, man? Y'all straight?
I'm cool, but I'm good.
Good. Can't complain.
That's a bet. So I'm glad that you say you're doing good, man, and that you can't complain because we're going to kick this boys basketball preview off with your squad. Talking about T-Rose Rough Riders, of course.
Milk House.
Now.
The boys brought that shit back.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Appreciate
you
that.
predicted it?
Appreciate that.
Yes, you did. Now, the question, because they brought it back last year.
Where it belong.
The question this year is, can they repeat?
Yes. Yes. The Rough Riders can repeat. But y'all know, in order to get it, you got to go through rows, though.
That's true. That's
So,
That's the quote.
no matter how they look or what they got, just know they gonna be there at the end. You gonna have to see them. But yeah, they returning a lot.
That's true.
You know?
Graduated a few pieces, but still return a pretty strong core.
Josh said Trimble,
Yep.
James Pitts, game MVP.
Yep.
You know, Keon Witt, Arthur Roach, Phil Flagger, Lockdown Phil.
Lockdown
You
Phil.
know, he a city favorite.
Yeah.
You know, Keyshawn Bullock.
Johnson boy. Yeah.
Oh, Keyshawn went to Johnson?
I think Keyshawn came a long way.
Okay. Okay.
I remember the days
Lord.
Keyshawn was like this, just hands in the air.
Got you. Yeah.
Now he could, he could put the ball on the floor.
Yeah. Lil Tony, he ain't get a lot of minutes last year, but he should step up. And another player that's gonna really, shock some people. Jahar Simpson. He like 6'7". He was a contributor last year as a sophomore.
6'7".
He was a contributor last year as a sophomore.
Who didn't even play? He was hurt.
Oh yeah.
He was a freshman. I saw him on the he went to Truesdale.
Okay.
I was setting up at Johnson. They had a game with that. I was like, Rob, like, I already got him.
Already got him.
And he wasn't bony. He was like 6'6" already. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Got you.
Dang.
And with the legendary coach Tony up there, put in that work. You never know like what he is now. I haven't seen him in 2 years, but what he is now up there. So
again, like I said, this is your squad. So I want to do this. I want you to talk. I want you to talk about one J.C. Trimble, and then I want you to give us a name that'll fly under the radar for Roosevelt. So what is it about J.C. Trimble, other than just a sharpshooter from downtown? What is it about him?
He fearless. He got heart. He played the game the right way, and he could put the ball in the hoop.
Yep.
Streaky.
Point blank.
Efficient. He got hot and he fearless. No matter like you look at him, you like, man, you probably look at him and be like, man, he little boy,
Don't judge a book by
you know what I mean?
itself.
But he's gonna sit down on you and compete with you. He compete. He competitive.
Yeah.
He got hot.
That's one thing I did notice about him.
Oh, and don't sleep.
True competitor.
Don't sleep on his little brother too.
Yeah.
His little brother, the biggest hype man.
Got you. Yeah.
You know his little brother, the biggest hype man.
Yeah. But I think more people gonna be coming for Jocelyn.
Yeah.
I think more people gonna
know about him.
because they know about him and they probably like, man, y'all keep hyping him. He not all, you know what I mean? More people deserve his spot. That's I think like other players in the city,
mindset.
they think they deserve his spot. But we got 2 additions. We got a tough guy coming in, Marseille Brown. I don't know if I'm saying it right, Marseille Brown. Then we got a 6'3" kid, Makai Jackson. He from Suitland High School. He can shoot it from the concession stand. So my only concern is who gonna be out Marcel Gabriel. That's my only concern. If we got a Marcel Gabriel type of guy, I ain't worried. Just watch out, stay tuned. We gonna be ready. We just need a Marcel Gabriel type of guy.
Is there anybody on that roster do you think could fill that Gabriel?
Jahar Simpson.
He just got to, like he was in the 10th last year, right? So he just got to grow up, Well, he was 15 now. You 16, you get that hair come on your face.
Yeah.
I'm a champion, mama.
Arthur Roach, another athletic boy over there too. Arthur Roach, put it on your head.
Yeah.
Straight up.
He did.
That's one thing that you mentioned about. That's one thing you guys mentioned about Gabriel last year. It's KP. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not somebody's.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
One more thing, man. Sure. Shout out to James Pitts, Keyshawn Bullock, Phil Flagger, and who else? Jeremiah Rajon. Them 4 all our reserves. Them 4 all our reserves on that last year team. Them 4 is the reason Rose won that championship. Like, it was a team effort, but those 4 names, Keyshawn Bullock, James Pitts, Lockdown Phil, Jeremiah Rondo, like one of the last guys to come off the bench, but he's just a lanky kid. Yeah. Those 4 really came through for Rose last year in that championship game, and nobody expected that.
He did. I think Pitts was perfect from the free throw line.
It was crazy.
He had 19 on the
It was crazy though. Remember when they played Coolidge, he had a terrible free throw out at the end.
But he got those rebounds.
Exactly. So then when you see him come back in the championship game,
and do that, he just like turked up. He turked up in that championship game.
Facts.
Shout out to you, James, my man, Scrammy. He turked up, straight up.
And that's one thing that Coach Rob says about his team, that you never know where the production is going to come from. One person can have a bad game, and then you can have a James Pitts put up 19 in the championship.
Honestly,
you just never know.
It's been like that for a while. Like, they didn't have, the big name Johnny Schuler, but then they have, Ron Trez Purcell have just a crazy game. You like,
where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't seen it for years where somebody, they just hot. I remember one year they played, I want to say, Spingar beat them at the buzzer. In the corner 3.
Anton hit that shot.
Yeah.
Anton.
And I'm saying here like, where did that come from?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He a cool player, but it was like, where did that come from?
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is,
Most definitely DCIAA contenders.
Yeah.
Now let's transition to another DCIAA boys basketball championship contender. Of course, talking about the Wilson Tigers. Now Wilson fell short last year versus Roosevelt in the championship, so they missed the 4-peat. But no doubt about it, Wilson is still going to be a team to beat. Am I right?
Yes.
Coming into this season, they bring back all but 2 players from a championship runner-up team and a 1-loss league play team. They will be contenders. So, KP, tell me, what do you think about Wilson?
June.
Yes. Gotta
June
start with
killing.
June. That's true.
June killing on the circuit right now.
Yeah, he is.
You know,
Reigning player of the
he
year.
killing.
Them scholarships coming in too, though. Them
Heavy.
offers
That's what
coming
they
in.
should.
That's what
Heavy
they
little
should.
interviews here and there. I'm saying like,
That's what they should.
you know, June really killing. But I'm gonna say as a team, though, they like I said, they gel good. You know,
Yeah.
even with the magician, you know, that's one of Houzmazoo nicknames. They gel well, and it's like, you know, I just think they. I don't know what happened last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe it was.
They lost by 3. I mean, it was just
Exactly.
That's just how it goes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I don't-
how it goes.
If I
Sure.
say
I'm not gonna.
They ain't
before-
trust they
before
bench
you say,
enough.
I'm not gonna say that they should have won, they should have lost. I just didn't.
you don't know what happened.
Exactly.
They good.
Yeah, it was
They're
like
good.
That. Like it was like that. Like
It
I
was
seen
their
them. I
championship
seen them
team.
play.
Yeah,
Have
I don't think
I seen
think
them
they.
play Riverdale and it's,
Yeah,
get them
yeah,
out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just don't think they trusted they bench enough last year. They had 6 solid players,
That's true.
and they was really going 6
was fucking
deep.
on that.
But they really got some players on that bench that
They
can
can
really boogie, like can really boogie.
Yes.
So let's
So-
do this. Get us hip to the bench, and then we'll talk about those key return
All right.
players.
Nick Hopper, he can boogie. I think he could be a starter on like another team in the DCIAA. My man Will Hurst can play. Will Hurst can play, and you can't sleep on Lil Juju. Lil Juju gonna come in, check the best player, or if somebody hot, go get him, Juju. Slow him down for us. Just do what we tell you to do. Pesty gonna run the show, and Juju can finish at the rim. So they got a couple of other players. I'm trying to think who else. Those 3 guys could contribute.
Okay. Now let's go to some key returning players. We just talked about June, Darren Buchanan. Their leading scorer last year, EJ Eric Morgan,
Smooth operator.
and starting point guard.
EJ was a leading
Nas.
scorer?
Yes.
Well, he shoots
Yeah.
more 3, so I'm gonna say yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna say yeah.
and
How is he the leading
Nas
scorer and he
did
don't make a
best.
DCIAA team?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
No.
Coach got that one.
I know.
The whole thing, because there's no way Tay
a
Curry. There's no way Tay Curry ain't in
I
the
don't
know,
discussion.
but-
So it's a lot
It's a
going
lot.
on with that. I ain't even gonna speak
Eric
on that
Morgan,
one.
15 a game, 49 from the field, 44 from 3, and then what
That's
I
bad.
love the most,
44 from 3.
89 from the line. That right there gets you a scholarship straight up.
I seen him go 7 for 7 from the 3 at the KD Kevin Durant MLK Classic out at the St. James. Nice facility.
Oh yeah.
I seen him go 7 for 7 out there.
I be out there all day when I go.
He could shoot it. He could shoot it.
Yeah. And for Nasir Best, I think this is Nasir's 2nd straight year as a starting point guard. Huge 4-point guard.
All-purpose Nas.
Yeah. And of course, 6'7" now junior, reigning DCIAA Player of the Year, Darren Buchanan. KP, I want to start with you here. What's the biggest part of June's game? Other than his size.
His will. You know, he goes hard. You know, he wants to get to the rim. You know, and you gotta get in front of him and stop him. But I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say like that's. I'm not gonna say like that's an easy thing to do. But you know,
I'm proud of Slim.
yeah,
Like-
I done seen him. You know, I coached against him in middle school, and then he pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. You know, he a great player.
Like,
And Zoe, you said it last year. You said, and you spoke directly to him, he's going to be the go-to player, and it was no pressure. He answered the call.
He did. He
answered-
did.
He rang the
just to
bell.
see the kid go from like in my DMs, hey, come check me out when he was at Deal. I could dunk. I'm 13. I'm 14. I could dunk. And I'm like, oh, this Debo little brother.
Exactly.
Then he get to Wilson, see him as a freshman, sophomore, see him do his thing. Now them scholarships really rolling in, and I'm like, oh snap, that's what's up. One thing I like about his game, like, he don't need the ball to be an impact player, effective, and he gonna go get his points. Cool. I ain't getting the ball. He gonna go to that rebound and go get that and go put it up. He gonna go get his points, and he know that he got great teammates and he trusts his teammates. He a good team player. He a good team player.
Selfish or nothing like that. He not big-headed either.
Yeah, he know them guys around him are good players. Yeah. He know this. He know that, and he trusts them.
That is key as a star player to trust your team. That's so key.
I got Wilson. I think Wilson gonna approach this season with a chip on their shoulder. They lost in the DCIAA championship. They lost in the state championship again. That's 2 years in a row.
So coming into this season, a lot of people might be around the city, around the area. A lot of people may be saying, maybe Wilson don't have it no more. So that might be the biggest
They still got it. To me,
how the city work though. The city gonna kill it.
Yeah,
the city like,
when you
man,
don't
win.
To me, Wilson is a
games.
DCIAA contender and they a state contender. Eric Morgan Jr., smooth operator, and Nasir, all-purpose best. I want to see more leadership out of them this year. More leadership. And y'all keep sleeping on my man, Messiah Brown, the magician. You could arguably be like, he one of the best players on that team.
Facts.
Even though Durn June got the hype and really the most upside and the potential, my man, the magician, is a problem.
Yeah.
He's a problem. And Wilson, they got good coaching staff. Wilson is a
That's
threat.
true.
Wilson a threat, man.
Coach Hernandez not going out like easy.
I'm glad y'all brought the city thing. I think the city want to see a Durham Buchanan-led Wilson championship team, just to put the stamp on him and be like, he's official. I think the city want to see that.
I think that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the city is waiting. We've been waiting for that guy we can be proud of on a national level and say he from the city.
Yeah.
He ain't had to go to he from the city. You know what I'm saying?
I think the last player that came close to that. Two play, one Keon Boyd and Antoine Walker on the HD run. So if Wilson comes out, man, and they
it's that.
But let's be honest, in the city though, that comes with a lot of hate too. You got man, he from the city, this and that. But when they get to that playoff championship, you gonna have a whole section. Man, he ain't that. He can't go.
I get hate for Durn. I get hate for posting stuff about Durn. Like in my DMs, and people they talk trash. They troll me. And I be like, Durn, what's up?
He a dog,
and he be like, don't worry about it. He like, don't worry about it, Houz. But yeah.
So Wilson, I'm excited to see what they have. And I mean, at this point, we know Wilson's gonna be good. Now let's transition to a team who we thought was going to take the league by storm, but fell flat in the first round. Talking about the Coolidge Colts. After a first round heartbreaking loss at the buzzer to H.D. Woodson.
Yeah.
If you ask me, only one word can describe Coolidge's season, and that is disappointing. Point blank, period.
Gotcha.
Last season is over though. It's in the past. Coming into this season, they got a lot to build on, and definitely y'all got a whole lot to prove. What is Coolidge gonna have to do this year to get the bad taste of last year out of their mouth? KP?
You wanna go? Or
they just gotta win. Like,
that's it.
I'm not gonna lie. I see them coming to the gym. I'm like, man, that look like Oregon State. That look like a college, man. Like when they played Rose, and you just see it felt like a different atmosphere. Even when they played Wilson, it felt like a different atmosphere and the Rose game almost got out of hand, like quick.
Rose was about to run them out the gym, but they got back in and took the lead.
Exactly. Yeah. The Wilson game did get out of hand.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is missing?
Right.
I don't know. They play with heart. They got Coolidge behind them. They got that. I remember them old Coolidge days where it was, you go on Coolidge, you hate playing in Coolidge.
Yeah.
And I think they got that back, especially football one, and it's the young environment up there. So
the atmosphere crazy up there.
So I don't know what is
buzzing.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what is missing. Stephon Walker, that's a different animal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Stephon Walker got to turn into a different animal now.
Exactly.
You got to turn it up, Steph. That's what it is.
Point blank.
Stephon Walker got to turn it up. He produced, but he got to produce more because word on the city, they be like, if he want to be considered one of the best guys in the city with June, you got to step it up a little bit more. June been, not to say he not proving himself, but June been,
his name been buzzing.
Been buzzing more. But Steph been getting offers.
Exactly.
You feel me?
And has that potential.
Yeah, I feel as though personally, it's no pressure though, Steph. just got to take it to another notch now. You're a junior, time to go to another notch. So people don't even second guess you. Don't even second guess nothing about you. Go straight at them.
What's crazy is like we saying these kids grow up.
That's true.
You know, like we said, Houzmazoo started about 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
And you know, I started coaching, 2016, 2017. So I'm seeing these kids, they in 7th, 8th grade. Now you look at 11th grade, it's like, man, I remember what he was. I remember what he came from. And they really put in that work. Some of the stuff they said, I'm going to do.
They're
doing it,
right. Now, another name I think for Coolidge that flies under the radar, because the big hype that Stephon gets, which he deserves, Kyle Gaskins.
Baller.
22 steals, 53% from the field, 78% from the line. A baller.
Playing at 80% last year.
Right.
Not even 100%.
A baller.
Oh, he was hurt?
Yeah, he been hurt. He been hurt playing though.
Whoa.
But
and averaging 20.
yeah.
I saw him, matter of fact, I saw him had the little brace on his
I think it was something with his knee.
Wow,
Kyle a
He
baller.
can play.
So with Kyle and Stephon, what will we see, Zoe? What will we see out of that duo this season? Or better said, again, to get that bad taste out of last year out of their mouth, what do you want to see from them?
More production, more leadership. Like, that's their team.
Yeah, it is.
More production, more leadership. That's basically it. More leadership. More
as they go,
as they go, Coolidge gonna go. Coolidge got some transfers in. Amari or Amir Curtis and Warren Magunda. They look like they some impact players. I don't know who gonna be that point guard for that team, but I think Curtis could step in and play that role. But Coolidge, we gotta see who gonna play that point guard role because they lost Chase. So
But they got your boy.
who? Quay.
Quay and Erky Jerky.
Oh yeah! Ho!
Run
My
it back,
fault.
run it back,
Run it back.
run it
Run it
back,
back.
run
Run
it
it back.
back,
Run it back.
run it
My
back.
man David Baldwin.
He been balling.
He
I've
been
seeing him on
balling.
Twitter.
He just got an offer, I think. I forgot the name of the school. He just got an offer, I think.
He been
Put it in the
balling.
comments.
He's gonna be a sophomore. That's
like
another.
6'2".
Yeah. My fault, bro. My fault.
Hey.
Erky Jerky. I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Erky Jerky.
Erky Jerky. Erky Jerky.
He
got game.
You
He
know,
got game. Got game.
Youngin too.
Is that
Young.
Is he that third piece?
He could be that third piece, but I think Coolidge gonna have more pieces. I think they got more pieces.
I will put him. I keep him at the 1 and put Kyle at the 2.
Yeah.
That's a lot of size.
And then
on
you
the
got
court.
Quay coming off the bench,
Quay.
spicy defense.
Quay wasn't. I don't
You
like
know-
Quay.
you know what I mean?
I like him as a player, but he
You don't
one
like
of them.
coaching against him.
Yeah, he just too fast going everywhere.
He got them back in that Rose game.
Exactly.
When they
That's
played
the
Rose.
thing. If I had to coach against Quay, I'm like, somebody set a pick with him.
Yeah.
Because he just too here. Like he really give problems to people. Like when I say I don't like, I like as a player. On my team, I love him.
Right,
But against
exactly.
me, no.
Yeah.
Keep Quay.
Yeah.
Ball
Away from
screen.
my ball.
Ball screen him. We need to get him off pressure. If you're a point guard that can't handle pressure, on ball pressure, you gonna have a problem against Quay.
Yeah, but David Baldwin, he could come and be that third.
What's his name? Is it Marquay Pixley?
Yeah, that's Quay name, Marquay Pixley.
Yeah, he
got
a problem in my opinion.
Malachi Dates. He a football player too. He gonna be a football player too. But I seen them in the state playoffs. He shouldn't have showed me that stuff. So now that's what I'm expecting out of him against Cesar Chavez. I seen him literally catching on the box, drop step, punching it on people, like really dunking on like. Ugh. So now that I saw that, it's like,
how do you forget this then?
you feel me? So now that I see that in him, it's like
Nothing less than
nothing less than that.
I got
Nothing
you.
less
I feel
than
you.
that. Nothing less than that. And even though Coolidge did like take a disappointing loss with HD in the first round, they kind of made up for it with that St. John's win. They beat St. John's in the
They did beat
state.
St. John's.
So that kind of like made up for it. But that was like a big win for Durkee and them. That was like, I think that was his most biggest win since he been with them.
Yeah.
But you got to take care of the city first.
Exactly.
But that was a big win, so they bounced back a little bit. So matter of fact, they could build on that win.
That's true.
Even though they lost to Gonzaga after that, they could build on that St. John's
And I say
win.
this, and especially with Baldwin coming over, potentially being that third piece. If Coolidge is gonna win a championship, they got to do it, and I'm talking about
Now, yeah.
because the window is gonna close.
Yeah.
It's gonna close, and
You got to roll with your
Wilson-
superstars.
Yeah, you never know. We got COVID. You just a lot of stuff go on. Just gotta cherish every opportunity you got.
Yeah.
Put it like that. Cherish every opportunity you got.
I think we all got away from that. We took a lot of stuff for granted.
Yeah.
And I think now it's going to be, when you get back on that court, I'm shooting this like it's my last shot.
Like I ain't gonna never touch another
Yeah.
basketball.
Coolest gonna be straight though.
Okay, we'll see. I'm excited to see.
The West is crazy. I'm like we remember the old East West days.
Yeah, West. Yeah.
You know.
So KP, I'm glad that you mentioned appreciating every single possession, because now we're gonna talk about your squad. We're talking about the Dunbar Crimson Tide boys basketball team.
The gritty team.
Now, we're the most consistent teams year in and year out. KP, what will it take for Dunbar to turn that consistency into a championship?
Getting over the hump. I mean,
Right.
the first hump was the first round.
Right.
Then now it's honestly it's beating Rose.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Beating Rose.
And had the opportunity to took them to the brink in
Hey,
semis.
They was a
But
possession away.
this is the second time. Remember how would it happen like that?
Yeah.
So I mean, Coach Singletary and Coach Rob from Rose, they best friends. But it's like
Got to get over them.
that's what it is, you know. And during the league play, it's like some people say, oh HD, look, like for instance, Rose went up Dunbar and beat the brakes off Dunbar. Then HD come and give Rose one of the toughest games of the season, one of the best games I've seen. But then
Last year, right?
Yeah,
And they lost by 1.
But then
lost by
HD
1.
played Dunbar, and Dunbar gets him out of there. So it's like Dunbar.
That's the DCIAA for you.
It is, but at the same
You
time,
don't
like,
know what's gonna happen.
Dunbar first beat who you got to beat. You got to get them small people. You got to get them out of there.
Right.
Then them people like Anna, you gotta get them. Then you gotta beat somebody big. You gotta be a big boy. And if you're not in the playoffs, you gotta just find a miracle. You know what I'm saying? I think last year in that semifinal game, it was
a possession away.
and it wasn't expected by a lot. You know?
No.
And it's like it come down to execution, because on that possession they didn't get a shot off.
No.
They shot it, but his foot was out of bounds. So it's like it come down to execution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because we know Rose will
Yeah.
going to execute.
Yeah.
If you
So
wanna
it's just
beat
like
those
you
teams,
gotta
be
execute.
on.
Literally, I think he could have made that shot if they ain't blow the whistle.
Yeah.
And he just get it, feet set, inbounds, shoot it, bam, it go in. That's what the basketball god do. If you let a team stick around, confidence, but they ain't even get the shot off. So like, that's what happened. It's just execution. But they got pieces though.
One of the key returning players who I like, Michael Sheedle.
Showtime.
Get his hip to.
Here, Bucket,
to
another
Mike.
fearless guard. He gonna go straight at you. Talk trash if you talking trash to him.
I like it.
He a bucket. He a bucket.
I
He
think
a
people
bucket.
sleep on his size.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
He just be going at you.
He tough. He tough. And he don't even be getting a lot of credit like that. A lot of pub. He tough.
He is now.
Yeah.
Even Milton.
Yeah.
Same
His
thing.
counterpart.
Yeah.
Tough.
They like for real.
They got like 2 tough, gritty guards.
And they always do.
and that's that
Over the
1-2 punch.
past 5
1-2
years,
punch.
They always do
Undersized.
have tough
They
guards.
undersized, but they are tough, really gritty guards who could put the ball in the hoop.
And they fearless with it too though.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, a team that I want to talk about,
We done on Dunbar?
unless you got some more.
Yeah, I got some more players to talk about. Y'all can't forget about my man Javay, old school though.
Oh, yeah, old school.
Old school, he returning, big man.
Old school return.
Old school returning.
he was gone.
Big
Okay,
man. I
okay.
think
So
he's
they got
returning.
3 potential good pieces.
My man Chris, what's Chris Mateo?
Mateo tough.
Mismatch problem. I didn't even know he was coming back. He's back.
He
He's
could be
a
a
senior. He a senior this shit. He's a mismatch problem. He could shoot it. He a big that could shoot.
Yeah.
Finesse. He a finesse big that could shoot.
I like
You
that.
know, rebound, block
beat
shots. He linky too, so he could block shots, rebound.
Missed everything.
Yeah. Then they got Boxing One, Lance Hampton, the defensive stopper.
Boxing
They
One.
got pieces. They got pieces.
But the
You know-
thing, can the boxing one work against June? That's gonna be the question.
Nah, Boxing One is a person.
No, I
Lance
know
Hampton.
what you're saying, but
Can
can that work again? Because
a
when we get.
I seen the Boxing One work against Tay Curry.
I was there.
I seen my man Lance
Yeah.
Hampton change
But
everything.
But that's what I'm saying. When we gonna get into, the boxing one is cool when you playing against
Teams that you can beat.
Exactly. But when we need Lance to step up, hey, boxing one.
Nah,
Can it happen?
No, I'm saying it could happen, but you don't even gotta call Boxing One. You
He
could
just
be in man to
he
man,
just
and
gonna
Lance
strap it.
and Lance gonna strap it. It don't even gotta be the Boxing One set. It's gonna be
So can that happen on a big time stage? Can that happen? Can that happen when
Lance-
we in
La-
Southeast
La-
watching this game?
Lance could play defense. Lance could play
Okay.
defense.
So,
And if Waters asked him to do it, I think it could be done. I seen it done on Tay Curry, and that was my DCIAA Player of the Year, MVP. He strapped him.
Yeah.
He strapped him. He strapped him. Tay Curry hit 2 threes. Waters said, boxing 1. Tay Curry scored 2 points after that.
Good
Okay.
Lord.
Yeah. Like,
He shut down
box,
Tay Curry like that?
just playing his defense. That's his game, though.
Yeah.
That's his game.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's going to take for Dunbar to beat up Rose or beat up Wilson.
Yeah.
It's going to take that.
Mhm.
Now, before we
Take that
transition,
gritty play.
you got anything else?
For Dunbar, my man,
Nice
old school, keep producing. Like we said, the guards, Mike and Milton,
Yeah.
they gonna be they scores. Lance, they defensive guy, Chris Mateo, he they third. He like that third wheel with Mike, and I'm looking for him to step it up.
Yeah.
You should be able to step it up. Dunbar should be cool. They gonna probably get some football players with the hustle. You know you're gonna get beat up when you go to Dunbar, so
That's true.
physical.
Yeah.
Dunbar gonna be a physical team.
That's how it always is. Like, talking about real physical play, old school style type game.
I think they lost Jackson, Tywan Jackson. He was number 20. He was the lefty last year. I think they graduated him.
Question.
He was decent.
If we get another Dunbar Rose and it comes down
I'm with
the
Rose.
next couple years, I know you were Rose.
So
And this is probably a bad question because KP, I know who you gonna go with.
Hey, bro.
Who you gonna go with?
Unison.
yeah.
I'm bailing out
On that
Unison.
note, we gonna keep it pushing, man. So a team that I'm really excited to talk about because they made an absolute resurgence after going winless the year before. The Anacostia Indians boys basketball team.
Winless.
Yeah.
They didn't win a game.
Yeah. The year
They were
before.
Winless. They were winless.
Coach Andre Williams came and took a winless
First
team to the
year.
playoffs.
Fifth seed.
That's why he was my coach
from
of the year.
winless to
Hey.
fifth seed. And Zoe, I'm glad you mentioned that. Coach of the year, Andre Williams. What was it? What did his team show you that made you name him Houzmazoo Network Coach of the Year?
One, they didn't win the game prior. He was new. I didn't know if he brought any pieces to that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, and he just got what's in the school.
Right.
And I ain't think nothing of Anacostia. I seen them live against Ron Brown. They beat him.
And you like Ron Brown, right?
I've been liking Ron Brown like for the last 2 years. You feel me? Then I seen him against Baloo, and I'm like, Anacostia pretty decent. And then I want to say, I don't know, did they beat HD or did they beat McKinley? I ain't sure though, but I don't know. But that Ron Brown game, like, made me notice, and I'm like, don't sleep on Anna. And they made it to the playoffs. That's a 5th seed.
Yep.
That's
After
a 5th
going
seed.
winless, 9-5.
And I heard they played Rose tough, and they played Coolers tough.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say this: going to an Anna game was different. You got people coming out the crowd.
yeah,
The game it's a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
And
Just playing in Southeast, period.
man,
yeah.
that
And it's not that packed. It wasn't. They jams don't be that packed, but it's like
You
you
can
could
feel
hear
it.
everything in the
Yeah,
crowd.
so you can
You
feel
could hear the crowd talking. Yeah,
energy-
it's just
energy
like
crazy.
it's just
And-
crazy.
and
It's
I
just
think,
crazy.
Like I said, the school changing. It's turning into a sports school. So, in my opinion, with Anna, if they can overtake Baloo, that will change everything from football, boys basketball, girls basketball, which is gonna help all the other sports anyway.
Right.
But the football team being so amped up at Anna for the first time in years, that's just helping the basketball team energy, and they had some of the football team players.
Right.
Yep. They kind of took over, like took a little bit of spotlight from Baloo last year.
Yeah.
Girls went to the Gravy Bowl. Boys basketball surged. Baloo boys basketball. They first year coach last year. They ain't really do that good, but they was competitive though. But
Now, Zoe, I wonder, since you did name Coach Williams your Coach of the Year, now after a successful first year, no doubt about it, what do you think we're gonna see out of them this year?
either I think they could make the playoffs, but I don't know. They lost my man Debo Singletary, the safety. They lost the safety.
Yeah.
They lost my man, the garbage disposer. He was like a rebound guy.
Yeah.
And they lost my freshman of the year, Tyreek Johnson, to Baloo. He at Baloo.
ironic, how
So
ironic.
basically, their best player is at Baloo.
Wow, how
So
ironic.
now it's like, a guy that I saw, leading them in the future
Right.
is gone. But they got the DC sniper, Antoine Payton, Antoine Payton or something. He could shoot it. But that's the only thing I know about them now.
Right.
They got the DC sniper, Antoine Payton, and he
So-
could shoot it.
So it's kind of like we got to see him first.
Gotta see him.
I'm gonna say a Coach Dre team is going to be competitive.
Going to be competitive.
You know, he an guy. So it's going to be, you know, they're going to be gritty.
Yeah.
And along with, you know, his AAU circuit and stuff like that.
That's why I'm about to say that. He coached Tame Durant. If he could get like at least one, finesse one of them, finesse one of those pieces over there into Anna, they going to be all right. He already, you know, just some way, somehow. I don't know how, you know how they do it.
You know how they do it. If they could just get, you know, the right pieces in the school in general, it's a wrap.
Rock doing a great job up there.
He had Tame Durant. If he could get like at least one solid piece over there to Anna and build around it, it's a game.
Anna had a transfer from the math and everybody in the city was terrified. He was dunking on everybody's head and it was just a matter of, can you stop him? That's what it was. I think I was in 11th grade. He ended up going to Capital Christian out there.
I don't really know what Anna going to do. I don't know. I don't want to say they're not going to have a successful year as they did last year, but I don't know. They're going to have to, I'm going to have to see it to believe it.
The thing that like I said, with them, you just got to find something to push yourself, believe it, and just set your goal, like what we trying to achieve, you know, second year. That's what I think that's really it. And like you said, Water gone.
Water's gone too.
That's another,
Water's gone. They lost a lot graduation.
That's a lot.
DC Sniper, man, and Juan Payton. DC Sniper, you the leader. That's your team.
Is he the go-to guy now?
He's the go-to guy.
Also, Anacostia type school where they have like
some pieces in there.
They be missing, you know. Next thing you know, I got a grades now. Or I just transferred in. Remember, you got, you know.
Probably got some JV kids step up too.
But also remember with COVID and everything, to me on the southeast side, it's a lot of kids. My mother live in Maryland, my father live in DC, I live with my grandmother now. So you never know, especially when PG said we ain't having sports. Yeah. You never know who dragged over. You never know what I'm saying?
Right. KP know all the pipelines to get into the schools. You hear me? It be like that though.
Man, my grandfather on my mother's side stay in Suitland. But my grandfather on my father's side stay on Good Hope. So it is what it is.
Now, let's transition to talking about a story for you. A team that was absolutely on fire at the end of the year. H.D. Woodson won 7 of the last 8. Upset Coolidge at the buzzer. I mean, you talk about a successful year for H.D. boys basketball program who hasn't had the type of success that it once had. Can't beat that. Now, but I think the question this year is, what are they going to be in the post-Tay Curry era? Now, Zoe, I want to start with you because you got me hip to Tay Curry. How are they going to fare without him?
I don't know, but I know it's some players in that school.
Right.
I know it's some players in that school. The guy that hit the game-winning shot, is his name Devontae Gliss? He's still there. He was a sophomore last year, so he gonna be a leader. I know they had a kid he was a freshman last year, but he was, I guess, ruled and eligible. He couldn't play because of grades or something. I want to say his name Ricardo. I don't really know his name. What's his name? He could shoot it.
Fogel.
I don't know his name, but
his last name Fogel. I can't think of his first
name.
He
could shoot it. He could shoot it.
I don't know if he's still there.
See, I don't know. I
know Gene, he's gone as well.
Yeah, Jane went to curls. Oh yeah, they did lose their big man.
Oh no.
Jane Anderson, he had curl. Yeah.
So that's a.
Yeah, I don't know. Is D-Ray still playing? I like D-Ray. D-Ray played, but the second half, I think they lost him 2 grades. But if D-Ray played, come back, D-Ray could contribute. Gliss is all I know about right now. I don't really know too much. They lost Jane. That's like the highlight of the off season. They lost Jane Anderson.
And I think a lot of that goes to the dominance of Tay Curry because like he was unstoppable.
And then remember last year they lost Buddha.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't get cleared.
Another score for them. Buddha was a bucket getter for them, but they lost him mid-season. Yeah.
So,
yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect from HD, but they're gonna compete though. Yeah. I think they can make the playoffs. I think they can make the playoffs for sure. They could compete.
And I'm not sure about Amari Moten either.
Amari Moten.
Was that enough?
That was another big? Was he a
big?
All right.
Now, and I think.
Oh yeah, got dreads. Yeah.
And then after you lose an MVP, which
Tay Curry was last year. Like, and he should have. If you ask me, nothing against June, I think he should have been DCIAA Player of the Year. But that's neither here nor there. For HD, I think only time will tell.
I'm gonna say as far as that, he should have been in the he should have been let it go down the votes because he wasn't even in the conversation for the votes.
Really?
Yeah. Or at least just more publicity. Kozak had a great season last year. If you really look at what he had, he didn't like.
He led HD.
Like he needed, like players like that need to get more recognition.
He had 3 30-point games, 14 20-point games.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't do predictions. I don't do no voting. Because, you know.
He was the heart and soul of that team. If he don't play, they don't do nothing.
Yeah, but
they don't do nothing.
I do say when it comes down to that ballot, he should have been on it for player.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying about that.
Yeah.
Who you pick is who you pick.
Yeah. If you really look at the production, though, just forget
if he don't play, it's a wrap.
Just look at the production and what he means most valuable player, what he meant to his team. You take Curry off that team,
they don't make the playoffs.
They don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll see what HD is going to be this year. Without
it might be just they might just rebuild, and it's hard.
Keon gonna have them ready though. Keon he coached too, so he got players that he probably bring in. So yeah, we'll see.
My thing is like
they gonna be physical.
Just don't miss the playoffs.
Yeah, don't miss the playoffs.
That's for basketball. That's the biggest thing. If you just can be a playoff team,
then you have something to build.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're gonna be a physical team though.
Now Zoe, we did this with the girl segment. I want to do it again. Again, like I said. #1 source for b-ball, right? No doubt about that. So we talked about a whole bunch of teams, but it's still a few teams out there, you know, that we haven't talked about that right now flying under the radar. So between McKinley Tech, Ron Brown, Bell, Ballou, and Eastern, who do you expect to be the noisemaker out of those teams?
Out of all those teams, I expect Ballou to be the noisemaker, the most improved team. Because they got some pieces on their team. They got some solid pieces. They competitive. And they basically just got, they learned their lessons last year. Right. That's all. First year coach, Coach Bonds. Championship resume.
He's a key piece to Wilson's success.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they got that experience under their belt. Freddie Akins he a senior this year, point guard. He's going to be the lead. That's what they telling me. Senior point guard Freddie Akins. Akins will lead the experienced Knights this year. He is joined in the backcourt by impact transfer. Stephen Matthews. He went to Steven Matthews.
He's tough. He went to Somerset.
He went to Somerset, but last year he didn't go there though. But he went to Somerset. I remember him. He could put the ball in the hoop. Yeah. Murray and Gurry. Transfer from Eastern. He was the sophomore sensation.
Oh,
he's at Ballou now. He's at Ballou now. And last year, freshman of the year, Tyreek Johnson at Ballou. So they got, and they still got, they got Hollywood, Anthony Martin. He a role player for them. You know they got players to look out for. Our 6'5" senior Devin Hill, 6'3" wing Xavier Randall. I like Xavier Randall game and Demetrius Watkins. I think that's Mitri. They some athletes.
Like you said, you never know who else is in that building.
You feel me? They point guard Freddie Akins #0. I like him too though. He could play. The nice game valuable experience last year have been putting in the work in this COVID offseason. I've been seeing them put in the work. I've been seeing them put in.
On varsity and JV.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding. I've been saying, shout out to Don Moreau. He their JV coach too. The Knights should be much improved after adding some new additions to the roster this season. Like I said, I think they're going to be the most improved team in the DCIAA.
I knew that. And, you know, like I said, they in unison. So
they got Tyreek Johnson. They got sophomore sensation, which is a senior now. Yeah. He should be looking to try to prove himself because people forgot about him. He didn't play last year because of grades. E-ball, he didn't play last year. Yeah. Sophomore, he was like one of the best sophomores in the league. So he coming with a chip on his shoulder trying to let y'all know, don't forget about me. Right. And then I like Xavier Randall, and I've been hearing stuff about the kid Dimitri, and then Matthews. I know he a bucket.
Oh, and also Lorenzo, I want to say Green or Martin. I can't remember.
The freshman.
Yes.
Yeah, Martin.
It's Anthony Martin, little brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lorenzo Martin.
Really?
He might play varsity.
Yeah.
As a freshman.
He should play varsity.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
The boy.
What's up?
Football too.
Football, basketball, he got it. He started in football regardless.
Yeah.
Basketball, he can definitely contribute on varsity right away.
Yeah, he could.
Really?
He could. We could. So that's
And
another
another piece.
piece.
Don't act like he one of these little boy fresh people.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep.
He come in bringing 225 off the buck type of
Yeah.
thing. I got
So
you.
yeah, Baloo doing something.
See, this is why we tell y'all, when we doing these previews, y'all gotta get with us. Let us know what's up with your team, because that was what, straight out the DM, right?
Straight out the DM.
Straight out the DM.
But I've been like seeing Baloo put the work in. Then I see, I'm like, dang, they got Marion over there, sophomore sensation. And then I seen the kid from Somerset over there now, and I'm like,
Stevie
I remember him from like a year and a half, like the year before last.
Stevie can
Okay.
play. He's a pure point
Yeah,
guard.
yeah, he could play. Freddie could play.
Now, before we keep it moving, anything else though?
Ebo, I don't know nothing about him, but Coach Dave is their coach named Dave Mouse. He was the assistant coach with Rose last year.
For 90 years.
Yeah, he the assistant. I mean, he the head coach over at Ebo now.
But
That's what I've been hearing. Yeah, he head coach. Yeah.
And he took, half the staff from Rose, so you getting some
You never know.
experience.
You never know. You
getting
never
some
know who he
experience.
bringing over there, and he a solid coach. Kids would like to play for him. He's like a player coach. Kids would like to play for him.
Okay.
You feel me? I don't know what to expect out of him, but down the line, watch out for Easton.
I say McKinley, they always got something.
Yeah,
true.
they do. They do.
McKinley proved a lot to me a couple years ago after Newton transfer, and then they had all those injuries, but still had a heck of a season. So Tech is always.
Tech is a playoff
Their coach
team.
is always, in the conversation.
Who they got? Khalil Bowers. They got Khalil. They got Todd, Rashad Purry, Isaiah Cannon. He made my freshman team last year. Isaiah Cannon, Terrence Webster. They got some.
Terrence finding the PYBL too.
Yup. Nathan. He on my team. Matter of fact, Nathan Alpine, something like that. He a player like that glue guy. Like go under the radar, give you a quiet 20.
Quiet 20.
Quiet 20, maybe quiet 15.
Right.
Quiet 15,
I'll
but
take it.
he just there. He just everywhere. They just got
I'm not
a
gonna
solid
say, I wouldn't
team
say
piece.
McKinley out of it.
Yeah, I don't know who that star player is or that go-to player is, but team effort. McKinley just gonna beat you with the team effort.
I'm gonna say once y'all name y'all predictions, I'm gonna say McKinley gonna make the playoffs. I don't say McKinley.
believe that.
I don't say McKinley out of it.
Yeah, I believe that. Ron Brown, I don't know what's up with Ron Brown. I don't know.
After-
They made the
I think
playoffs
after
last year
Christian-
for the first time.
And I think after Christians graduate.
Yeah, I don't know who they returning. I don't know. My man Ray left. They lost a lot from graduation, so I don't know. I gotta see.
And that was the first graduating
Yeah, and that was the first
so
graduating class, so I gotta see. But
Wasn't
Porter
that a new
have them
coach?
ready. Do they got a new coach?
I'm saying, wasn't he the new coach?
Yeah, he was the first year coach last year. He got them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they should have something in there.
Man, all boys school, gotta find something.
Yeah. Another team I want to mention is Bell.
Get us up.
They had an impressive season last year. They just missed the playoffs. They improved from the year before. I really still don't know players like that, but I be seeing players producing for them.
Right.
So don't be surprised if Bell might slip up in there this year.
Never know. Never know.
Don't be surprised if they fighting for that 7th, 8th seed.
Hey, so there you have it. Everything you need to know going into the 2020-2021 DCIAA Girls and Boys B-Ball season. Now the only thing left, KP, tell them what it is.
Prediction time, man.
Absolutely, prediction time is the time that everybody gets so passionate about. So without further ado, after this break, me and Houzmazoo got y'all covered with predictions. So make sure you keep it locked, because that sports dude will be right back after this.
DC, looking for a videographer? Well, Houzmazoo Network is the place to be, where we provide in-depth footage of your sports highlight, music videos, vlogs, interviews, photos, and much more. It's the network.
All right, welcome back, y'all. I'm your host, Chris Dunlap, and I'm still here kicking it with my good man, KP and Houzmazoo. Y'all feeling all right, man?
Most definitely.
Good.
Y'all good?
Feeling good.
Y'all know what it is. It's prediction time. Without further ado,
Trying to take it to the next level.
Oh, we gonna take it to the next. Oh, you gonna throw the. Oh, okay.
Fast is on
Okay.
for these
It's
kids.
real now. It's real now. It's serious. It's serious. So, without further ado, it's prediction time. All right. So before we do this, two things. One, KP does not make predictions, so don't blow him up saying, "Hey, why you say this? Why you say that?"
Exactly.
You want to know his predictions?
Unison gonna run the city. That's all I'm saying. We gonna have whoever win Unison, they gonna look better than everybody else. Move in Unison, man. You know what I'm saying? MIU. We gonna, whenever we playing, and I mean whatever team I got, we gonna look better than the other team. I don't care who it is.
Facts. All right, so Zoe, man, we gotta find out who gonna go first with our predictions. So, little Rochambeau, little rock paper scissors. Ready? Oh, rock paper scissors shoot. My bad. I've been playing with my daughter. That's how she do it. Rock paper scissors shoot. Dang. All right. So, I go first.
We doing girls first, correct?
Yes, we're doing girls first.
I get to ask the questions.
So my girls basketball predictions, DCIAA girls basketball championship predictions. Dunbar, Lady Tide versus now this was hard. This was real hard. Anacostia Lady Indians.
Ain't a bad pick.
My 2020-2021 DCIAA girls basketball champions are, no surprise, the Dunbar Crimson Tide. KP, I know that makes you a happy man.
Unison Brand rolling.
I think Dunbar easily is gonna run through the league, get the third straight title. Even without Zaire, I think they're still gonna be the best team in the league.
You want me to question you now or wait till after though?
What you got?
So if Dunbar pull up this third one, are they on the same? Are they getting into that same stream as the old Worcester? Now I'm not saying on that same level. I'm saying can they follow that trend?
No.
Okay.
And I say that because I went there during that time. HD's girls at that time, we didn't go to their games. Like we every now and again we did. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't go because I wasn't going to pay my money to watch them scrimmage against another team. 82-9. So
child abuse.
Child abuse in the purest form. So I think Dunbar, they'll win this year, and I think they'll still be the favorite to win next year because they're still so young. But that HD,
Yeah,
girls,
only
that
difference.
thing was just unbelievable.
Only difference was HD, NC State,
Yeah,
Kentucky,
like,
Wake Forest,
like,
Georgia. Go on and on.
Yeah.
Providence, it go on and on.
Like,
If Dunbar sending them D1 like that, yeah. But if not, nah,
And
they
that
can
was
keep
at
winning them championships. But
Okay.
that's the difference. That's like the difference.
and that was at a time where there was no Houzmazoo network.
yeah.
There was no
I was in high school.
TSDN.
I was in high school.
You know, at that time, they were just.
My ninth grade year, that's when it started,
just
bro.
'cause they
My
were
ninth grade
cold.
year, that's when they won their first one. Then they just kept going till they stopped.
Man, when I got in high school,
And they won city titles with that.
Yeah.
my
They won two
my
straight
ninth
and
grade
2 out
is
of
when it
3.
stopped. That's what's crazy. Your ninth grade when
So-
it started.
Your-
My
dang,
when it
that's
stopped.
crazy.
So I'll say this: I'm not saying that Dunbar can't go on a 10 and win 7.
I seen them put
I'm
up
not
100
saying
points. HD girls used to put up 100 points.
to 0, which is like I didn't think it was possible. But not saying that Dunbar can't continue to dominate.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think they'll be on the
Okay.
caliber of that.
I just asked the question.
I appreciate
because
it.
Instagram, you know, these are things that I get in my DMs. So
Somebody asked you that?
somebody asked me that, you know.
Please.
Man, they got to send them D1.
Yeah.
If they send them D1, get a city title, get a state under their belt, maybe
Right.
1 or 2, maybe.
Then
Maybe.
Then we can talk. Then we can
Okay,
talk.
I got something for you. Like I got a question for you.
All right, so now I got to go to my boys' predictions. My 2020-2021 DCIAA boys basketball championship matchup: the Wilson Tigers versus
As a number 1 seed? Because you know they're going to ask. Or the graphic going to show it too, so we good.
the Wilson Tigers as the number 2 seed
That's number 2 seed, okay.
versus the number 1 seeded Roosevelt Rough Riders.
That's
Now, I know the first thing everybody's going to say, Chris, why are you making such safe predictions? It's not that it's safe, it's that I don't think anybody's going to beat those 2 teams. Now, my championship winning prediction between Wilson and Rose for the 5th straight or the 6th straight year, I believe that the Roosevelt Rough Riders will go back to back, and they'll defeat Wilson once again and claim the 2020-21 DCIAA Boys Basketball Championship. I'll say this. I have Rose on the paper, but I was literally that close because Wilson is stacked.
You're right.
But I got to go with what I believe. I got to go with Rose.
What's crazy, you know, Rose has never repeated.
Is that
Yeah.
true?
Nah, that's
Wow.
true.
And they should have before.
That's true. That's
They
true.
should.
Wow.
From my understanding, they should have in, I think after the
11,
first title.
12.
I think after the first time they supposed
11,
to
12,
repeat.
13, 14. They could have really won it for real.
Yeah.
11, 12. They won it 11 and 14, but 11, 12, 13, 14, they could have had them 4.
Matter of fact, the year with Darren Drakeford, when he left early to go to Maryland.
That was my year then. So 08, 09. So I guess my year. We could have repeated.
Rob say that y'all should have won the jump.
Yeah.
If Darren would have stayed,
If Darren would have stayed, it might have been different. You right.
And side note, Darren was a dog in
So,
All right, so
Another 20-sack kid.
there's my predictions. Now, you guys disagree? Prove me wrong. Because right now, I'm going with Dunbar and Rose once again. Dunbar's girls, Rose boys.
matter of fact, last year it was a nice unison.
It was.
It was a nice unison
Moving in
day.
unison.
I was in the stands going crazy.
So you
It's
are
on me.
now
It's the network.
on the hot
It's on me,
seat.
man.
It's the network.
The network predictions.
So for my
The
girl
floor is
predictions, I do have Dunbar, Lady Crimson Tide in the championship as the 1 seed.
Okay.
As the 1 seed. And they will be playing the Wilson Tigers.
I'm not mad
Wilson Lady Tigers, I'm sorry. Wilson Lady Tigers.
I like that. What seed is Wilson?
Wilson may come in as the 3rd seed.
Okay.
Wilson may come in.
So they go
Wilson-
upset.
They might beat Anna
I like
for
it.
that 2-3 game. They might beat Anna.
I like it.
But I got Wilson going to the championship.
Dunbar and Wilson.
And depending on what type of day it is, it all depends on what type of day it is. They could get them peoples, but I got Dunbar.
Okay.
I got Dunbar winning the championship. But it all depends on what type of day it is, how the basketball goes, how things flowing.
That's true.
You know, the camaraderie amongst the 2 championship teams, who are really gelling.
That's true.
But in girls, it's like the talent will outweigh everything. The talent will, but I feel as though Wilson got enough pieces that could contribute, that could add up to those 4 pieces that's going to contribute off of Dunbar. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I got Dunbar winning it, so they 3-peat for sure.
All right.
Even though they lost Zai Hurston, they still could win it.
Yeah. I agree. So we in agreement there.
If they don't win it, it's because they lost Zaire Hurston.
Good point. Very good point. Very good point.
Got you.
Wow.
What's up with boys?
Boys, it's tough. This tough, but y'all know it go through Roosevelt, so I gotta throw Roosevelt in the championship. So
What seed?
3. They may be coming in as a 3 seed,
Okay.
bruh. 3.
I'm gonna have my questions ready.
3.
Go ahead.
I got Rose 3.
Go ahead.
And they may be playing Wilson for the 5th straight year. But it's just like, I want to say Coolidge so bad, because last year I had Rose and
Yep,
Coolidge.
you did.
You had the Orange Bowl.
I had the Orange Bowl, you know what I mean? I want to see that rivalry again in the championship. I want to
awesome
see
would
that.
that be?
I want to see that again. But I got Wilson going to the championship.
Gotcha.
And it go through Rose. Y'all know I'm gonna pick
Yeah,
Rose.
yeah.
I cannot, I got my Roosevelt blue on.
Right.
You feel me?
Fact.
I can't go against my mob.
Yeah. And I appreciate
like,
your loyalty.
even though like Wilson, Coolidge may be more talented than Rose, but I just can't go against my mob. But I think Rose and Wilson will see each other for the 5th straight year in the championship. Rose going back-to-back to give Rob Nickens his first back-to-back.
Okay, well,
That's how I feel.
my first question.
As a 3 seed.
So you got Dunbar beating Wilson. When you say if the ball spin right that day, if it, you know.
Got you. Girls.
Girls.
Yeah.
So, remember I asked Chris about, you know, the dynasty and the legacy, and we talked about Dunbar making a state run. If they beat AZ Full, your girl, is that a resume builder?
Yes.
If they beat Kiki Price with Sitwell Frick, is that a resume builder?
Yeah, yes, that's a resume builder. That's a great win. That's like very great for the city, great for the girls' public school basketball, public school basketball in general.
And can I add something? If they beat Sidwell Friends, that will be a win over Frank Oliver Jr., who led that dominant HD team. Like,
Nah, he coached McNamara.
no, McNamara.
He coached McNamara. They are Maryland.
Yeah.
But it's like, if they beat those type teams,
Sidwell's good.
then it's like, all right. And if they keep winning championships and might could steal another state championship, yeah, they up there with HD, but they still gotta
Send the kids to college.
D1. They still gotta go
Okay,
D1 with it.
D1. Okay.
Still gotta go D1 with it.
Okay. So now, with the boys,
Boys,
you got
Rose as a 3
Rose
seed.
as-
Rose
three.
3 seed. So you saying they're gonna lose to Coolidge and Wilson, but
So
they
they
gonna
gonna
get
lose two
no,
big games.
actually, or they can get upset by a Dunbar or something.
They might lose the Wilson and Coolidge regular season.
Okay. And then they gonna come back and beat.
But I'm only saying this because of on paper. I'm only going off
Right.
on paper, like
Right.
talent-wise on paper. But I know Rough Riders. I know what they good. I know what they could do. I know what they could do. But I got them to beat Wilson and Coolidge in the regular season. But just they might lose in the season, but they gonna see them in the playoffs again when it matter.
And one thing about Rose,
Beat Coolidge in that semifinal game. Beat Wilson in the championship game.
and one thing I just thought about Roosevelt, I think last year was the first time that they were actually the number one seed in like the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, 2017 they was the number 1 seed, but they lost though.
Right.
But 2017 they was the number 1 seed.
2017?
Mm-hmm.
Against
they
Wilson?
They beat Wilson, but Wilson lost. No, hold on. 2017. That's what year Wilson won their first championship? 2017, right? Well, I ended it because he was a junior. Because 2018 he left.
Yeah, they won them 22 straight. That was
That
16, 17.
Rose beat them that year. Rose beat them up Wilson. Rose beat them up Wilson, and they ain't lose. Rose beat them up Wilson that year, right? And Rose ain't beat them until last year.
So that's the year HD lost in the playoffs.
Wilson beat HD.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, Rose beat them up Wilson,
right.
but Wilson beat them early in the season that year.
Right.
That kept that
Sure
21
does.
game.
That's right.
That was like they 10 game in a row.
That's right.
But when Rose got them peoples, they beat them. It's on the network. I got that game on the network.
That's right.
But after Rose beat them, they didn't beat Wilson until 2020.
So there y'all have it, our girls and boys DCIAA championship basketball predictions, courtesy of TSDN and the Houzmazoo network. Now, like we always say, you want to prove us wrong, win. It's that simple.
I'm looking forward to just seeing players that I don't know about though, never heard of, and like, all right,
Breakout plays.
breakout
I
players,
agree.
giving out more nicknames. I ain't been really seeing basketball like that.
Right. And especially with everything with COVID, I know you guys are so eager to get back on the court and on the field. But again, like I said in the football preview, we just got to be a little patient. I do believe we're gonna have a season 2021. Let's hit the ground running with everything, and let's have a great into the school year. All right.
Don't let virtual learning trick y'all, man.
Do your work.
Y'all still got to get them grades to play.
Yeah.
Yes.
So don't let virtual learning finesse you out of playing.
There you go. So I appreciate you guys as always for joining me, and make sure you guys follow us on all the social media platforms. KP, get them hip to where they can get with you in Unison.
On Instagram, Unison the Brand. On Twitter, Unison the Brand. On our website, unisontv.com, and even our YouTube page, Unison the Brand. You know, we got everything pumping. Now we get into the retail regular clothes, and just because it's COVID, we still working, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs some new gear. You know what I'm saying? That stuff might got a little COVID on it. You might need some new stuff, you know what I'm saying? Brush it off.
Yeah, move in unison, man.
Facts. And you see, you move in unison, you win. So get with them. So what about you, Zoe? Tell them where they can get with you, man.
Houzmazoo Network on Instagram, Houzmazoo Network. Houzmazoo on Twitter. Got the website out now, Houzmazoonetwork.com, link in my bio. Check out the website.
Get your merch,
YouTube, YouTube, Houzmazoo Network, and I also got, Houzmazoo Network shirts for sale. So that's what we doing,
That's it. Like I said, #1 source for basketball, and not just basketball, does football, does community events, weddings, the whole nine. Y'all want it, get with them. And then of course, you already here right now. Make sure you subscribe right here to TSDN, That Sports Dude Network. We got you covered when athletics get started. We got you covered with every single sport that you can ask for, all right? So make sure you subscribe right now. Oh yeah. Hit the bell so you don't miss any updates throughout the entire athletic season, because we got you covered. If you want to follow me on Twitter, make sure you go to @_thatsportsdude. If you want in-depth information, highlights from games and etc., I got you covered there. And on Instagram @_thatsportsdude_. So make sure y'all follow us. Make sure y'all follow me. Make sure you follow my guys, because we got you covered. As always, man, I appreciate y'all so much. And more importantly, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for watching. So on behalf of my man Houzmazoo and KP, I'm your host, Chris Dunlap. Peace.
See y'all in January.
Facts.